All right, so what you're looking at here is the inside of an airless sprayer that I just replaced some parts on, and we're gonna see if I did the right thing. Nice. I pretty much just rebuilt this unit, pretty much cleaned it all up, and at least the internal important components over here. This is the explosion from Graco's website of all the components, which would pretty much be this. I pretty much cleaned all these right here. And those were all the components that the paint and denatured alcohol, primer, mineral spirits all flows through that, so it can get pretty gunky. But I just thought I would pull the camera out and do a video because today is the last day of the year and the last day of a decade. And I was looking at some of my older videos today, just thinking about everything and what goals I have. And pretty much the only goal I have really for this year is to just keep moving forward and progressing. A big part of my progression in my career has been using these airless sprayers. And I think what we're going to get into more this year is I'm going to teach you guys how to use these, and I'm going to teach you about all the mistakes that I've made while using these units, so you can learn from me, who I learned the hard way pretty much. You know, a lot of the stuff I learned as far as carpentry, someone actually showed me in person on a job site from the first company I worked at. But when it comes to these, it was pretty much just me buying sprayers and setting up doors in my garage and spraying and practicing, which I actually have some videos on that as well if you go back in my archives on the channel. We're going to get into that this year because this is a big part of my progression to take on the more high-end jobs where a brush just won't cut it. And I personally like spraying because on the wainscot and doors, there's really no better way to get the job done quick and flawless. So we're going to get into that. Also, I wanted to share with you one other cool tool that I've been wanting for 5 or 6 years really, and I just never brought myself to purchase it until this year when I got a Black Friday deal on it. And I'll pull it out right now. It's going to be, hold on a second. This thing goes right here. My first ever track saw. Now, funny thing about this, I've never even used a track saw. I've never even turned one on or made a single cut. So I've got a pretty steep learning curve here. I pretty much use a circular saw for cutting down all my sheet goods, or a table saw, which is kind of inconvenient. But when it comes to this, take these gloves off. This is what I mean when I talk about moving forward and stepping up my game for this year. This is going to make ripping sheet goods just that much easier. I hear so many people say so many good things about track saws, and I'm not specifically talking about the DeWalt. You know, there's all kinds of brands out there. But just the tool in general is just an amazing tool, and I'm really looking forward to using that and seeing how it performs for me on the job site and seeing what I can do with this thing. Just being in that position where you have experience and you want to keep taking things to the next level. And when I watched my videos earlier and I was thinking about all the stuff I wouldn't do anymore that I've done in those videos, and it's just like, that's cool to see that progression. You know, I'm sure you guys have the same thing. You go back and look at jobs and you're like, I probably would have done it this way now. I would have done it a little bit differently. But the thing is, all my stuff is out there in the open for the most part on YouTube. So if you guys want to learn how to spray, stick around this year. I'm going to get more into it and teaching you, because the wainscot series that we're in the middle of, we're going to be spraying it with this unit here. I just put all this stuff back together. Let's see if this thing is going to leak, because then I'll know if I can use it next week on the job. All right. So it looks good. I let it cycle through for about 20 seconds and it looks like everything's good. But pretty much all that to say, I just really appreciate you guys sticking around, following me on my journey as I learn these things, as I'm going to learn this track saw, as I just try to move forward. You know, a lot of people set goals that they want to get in shape and, you know, they want to start a business. And those are all good things and I highly encourage those. But just what I say is just try to find progression. New year, new decade. It's a reset button. Just keep moving forward. And I'm really looking forward to this next year. More videos, more learning, more experience, and just more knowledge that we can spread, learn, and figure out together. So let me know if you have any New Year's resolutions. That's pretty much mine to move forward. And I'm wishing you guys a safe and happy New Year. Thanks again so much for the support, and we will see you next year, which will be tomorrow, which I'll actually have a video for you tomorrow. We're going to go upstairs and continue the wainscot project. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.